Yo, 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 what's up? It is Unsportsmanlike Conduct, episode number 68. Um, what's the reverse of seeing double? Because we're cut in half today. Cut in half
Yeah,
this week. You got me. Actually got the two original hosts of this show.
eighteen.
That's what you
Fucking
got. The
18 is
18.
what you
The
got.
18, baby. Timmy, what's going on with you? How's
Same
life?
shit, man. Yeah, it's up and down. Same bullshit, different day. What a wacky couple days it's been in sports, and trade deadline was interesting, and we'll get to that, I'm
Quite
sure. And like I said, I just wish you were up in New York with all this shit going on. It's just it's mind blowing. It really is.
crazy times. Crazy times. Yeah, so we'll get into MLB trade deadline. We'll touch really quickly on what's going on in the Damian Lillard situation in the NBA, and then We actually have our top five Super Bowl contenders. We'll do that, and then it's game time, not Dame time, but it's game time. So we'll get into our blind rankings of tight ends on the wheel, baby, on the wheel.
I love the wheel.
We love the wheel around here. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get this bad boy kicked off. Let's do it. All right, we're back up in here. Let's kick it off with a little baseball. Always a big time of the year is the trade deadline. Teams that are going to be sellers, teams that are looking to improve the team, and then this year came a completely weirded out deadline that saw first time I've ever seen it. I'm sure it's the first time it's ever happened where an owner goes out and says, "You know what? Shit didn't work. Let's fix it right now. Get what you can for these guys," which they got a lot. And the reason why they got such good returns is because Steve Cohen kicked in a lot of the money. So clubs were more, I guess, more susceptible to then saying, "Okay, here's our top guys." Like for Justin Verlander, you get the number one and the number two Houston prospects. So that's a win in my book. Scherzer, you did the same exact thing, and we get Ronald Acuna's brother. I was very happy with that. And then the other guys were all, ancillary pieces that were going to be free agents at the end of the year. Tommy Pham and David Robertson. So I mean, it's logical where the Mets were sitting. Although here's the thing here, Timmy, and you let me know if you think we should be thinking about this differently. So the Mets were 6 games out of a wild card when they started selling off. The Padres are 5.5 out, just a half game difference, but they made a little attempt to get a little bit better at the deadline, where the Mets front office was like, "All right, screw this, we're done." Do you think it's a right move by the Padres, and did you think it's a right move by the Mets?
I absolutely think it's the right move by them. I think the Mets definitely won the trade deadline. Maybe the Angels were a close second place, but I think the Mets definitely won because no matter what they were going to do this year, Scherzer and Verlander were a mistake. I'm sorry to say, but they were a mistake. They weren't going to pitch past next year, no matter what. They got old real fucking quickly. I mean, they got old fast. Sure, they had their moments. They had their shining moments. Where you might see something from their old
Scherzer,
days,
no.
but
Scherzer, it was gopher ball. Verlander over his last 10 starts had an ERA of under 2, so that's why we got more for him. But
yeah.
Scherzer, his previous start, he gave up 5 home runs.
And Scherzer, last night his first he gave up 3 runs in the first, and then shut down the last 14, the last 15 he faced or whatever. But no, I think the Mets absolutely did the right thing. sometimes you just, as I said, when you have an owner, because that's the big thing up here. I don't know about down there. Up here, all the shows, all the experts, all the fucking Mets are going to be paying this guy until 2050. The Mets are paying this guy $80 million not to pitch. They're paying two guys $150 million not to play against him. Yeah, but if he's willing to do it to make the team better for the future,
their money.
Yeah, if he's willing to spend the money to make the team better for the future, and let me tell you something. I give what's the general manager's name?
Epler.
I give that dude credit for having huge balls. He's like, listen, we're going to suck next year too. We're talking about 2025, 2026. I think that takes balls to go out and tell a franchise fans, you guys who are clamoring for a goddamn World Series win, who thought they had that shot last year or this year and said, wait, pump the brakes, 2025, 2026. We're going to get the kids that we need. We're going to get some good prospects that hopefully turn out good. And I'll eat the money, no problem, because I can do it, because I'm fucking Steve Cohen, and I can eat it. So you know what? Screw that noise. I think the Mets are huge winners in that thing. If the guy's willing to eat the money, who cares?
Let it happen. Let it just sit back.
They're not the Wilpons. The Wilpons were cheap sons of bitches, especially after the Madoff thing. They didn't want to spend a goddamn dime, which is why that team was miserable. They're finally, I said, Cohen's finally going to start like, I got the money. I don't care. Why should you care if I don't care? And guess what? We just loaded up a bunch of class prospects. So you know what? Screw everybody else. The Mets did a great job.
I think the other thing with Cohen is that I've seen it. They're saying that we're going to be paying for all these years. No, he sent the money. The money's there. Like the Rangers have money for Scherzer, and the Astros have the money for Verlander. So he basically bought prospects.
It's not Bobby Bonilla Day where every year they're getting a check. No, the money's gone already. That money's gone.
He wrote it off.
He's like, look, I'm taking all the concession money. Here you go, or even now. It's like that's all it is to him. Yeah. That's what happens when you have a rich owner like that, an owner willing to do that. You know what? And I give him credit. Him, the general manager. Maybe the fans are more like, shit. Here we go. Now we got to wait 3 more years, 4 more, whatever it's going to be.
Listen to this. Just for a second, humor me on this part. What if? And this was my sense from the beginning when Scherzer said what the conversations happened behind closed doors. What if they told Verlander and Scherzer that next year is a punt to get them the way there are no trade clauses so that they can get these guys?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Get them out.
They probably said, yeah, look, we're not going to win this year. We all see it coming. We might not even win next year. So if you guys want to go to a contender, I can make that happen for you.
Now's the time.
And those guys in their 30s are like, yeah, I don't want to fucking be here. I don't want to finish last and not make
the older guy's the one doing better, Verlander.
Yeah, it's like now you're talking about next year too. Like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Not only are you giving up this year, you're talking about next year. I'll go. I'll waive my trade clause, no problem. Yep. So what does he do? He sends them to fucking rival teams, which is fantastic, also.
And they already circled that series.
Sounds great.
That going to be? All right. So the Ringer. The Bill Simmons site, the Ringer made a list of winners and losers. We'll run it down really quick. Winner they have is Texas Rangers. They get Scherzer, Montgomery, Chapman for whatever that's worth. I don't know how he's been pitching.
He's been pitching pretty good for Kansas City, actually.
No, he. Oh, okay, yeah.
When he was there, he was pitching shockingly well.
And then they sent out a bunch of prospects. So Texas has now committed more than $750 million to DeGrom, Seager, Simeon, John Gray, and Nate Eovaldi. $750 million to those guys.
That's crazy.
Winner, the prospect of a Max Scherzer versus Justin Verlander duel to decide the American League West. Like exactly what you just said. Loser, the Baltimore Orioles. I thought the Orioles were going to try to do more. To be honest with you, I
don't think they have to. They're hot, man.
I know, but you just add on, and they started like their names popped up in the Verlander thing, and I was like, Okay, well, whoever has the best prospects that they're sending, I don't give a shit.
That's the thing with the Orioles. They're at that point now. I'm like, we don't want to. Well, look what we're doing without a superstar. They don't have a superstar. Well, they have the catcher. I mean, he's
just
not
coming
a
up
superstar yet. He's damn good. But I think the Orioles are like, we're not trading nobody. I think we're in first place with the guys we got. I think we're going to give it a shot and then build on it next year.
Yeah. So that would be smart.
Let's be honest. The Yankees are on a downspin. Toronto is just Toronto.
They're just like lingering. Toronto.
Every year, Toronto adds a month. Like they're great in April. Then they're great until May. Then they're great till June. Then they're great till July. Guess what? Now it's August, and they're done.
Well, here's a little update. I can't think of his name right now, but the dude that got sent down to like single A for them, the guy who lost all his Manoah. Is it Manoah?
Alex Manoah.
Yeah. So, newsflash: I picked him for the American League Cy Young Award this year. He went to single A to get right, and then he almost killed somebody the other day. Thanks, Ant's watching. And then he almost killed somebody the other day, hit him right in the face with a fastball. So just as we Anthony, get to the NFL season,
you're missing the wheel today, Anthony. You're missing the wheel today.
Well, maybe he'll play remotely. All right, they do have the Mets on there. Okay. So the full tally was Scherzer out, Verlander out, David Robinson out, Mark Canha, Tommy Pham, Eduardo Escobar, and Dominic Leone. And real quick on to get back to the Mets again, really quickly. None of these guys were under control. A full-blown sell-off for those that watch baseball. Full-blown sell-off is you're also giving away guys with control, which will give you a bigger return. Like the Nationals a couple of years ago, they got rid. They traded Scherzer, but they also traded the guy who's hitting 230 now, who just signed a $340 million. It could be Lindor also, but he's only got like 30 RBI. And what's his name? I'm
drawing a blank.
Anthony will let us know. I can't think of his name right now. Jesus Christ. He used to play for the National.
Screw family. Come on the show.
That goes against everything the Fast and the Furious taught you.
I kicked my family out to do the show. Let's go. They're on their way upstate right now.
No, the shortstop, Ant. Not Soto. See, that's the difference also with the Padres. They could have traded Soto, but they're gonna go for it. I don't think their pitching has been great. All right, losers. They do have the Yankees first. This is Bill Simmons's website, so take that for a little grain of salt. But Trey Turner, thank you, Ant.
I agree. Oh, in-laws, yeah, that's a different story. You'll be in deep shit with the wife with the in-laws. Okay, I get it. My bad.
Let's pause here on the Yankees. So you that whole thing with Anthony Rizzo, now was it 2 months ago that the concussion happened?
Supposedly, he's having symptoms.
Do you know?
All of a sudden?
I'm sure that you know. I'm sure that you've seen this, but do you know that his stretch that he went through was worse than your boys from last year? The one that everybody wanted to murder that came to your team.
Gallo.
So his stretch during this time, it took a concussion for somebody to have a worse stretch than Joey Gallo. But man, and then you got the other guy, Herman. So what they did, they placed him on a restricted list, right? So,
because rehab list or whatever for the where
they locked him in the sauna.
Listen,
with security standing out the door.
They're a mess. I don't care what anybody says. Top to bottom, it's time. Cashman got to go. Boone got to go. He lost completely. And that idiot, see, I was okay with Boone until this year. And that comment he made the other day when they struck out like 30 times in 2 games, he's like,
oh, my God.
Well, besides from his strikeouts, I saw some good things. What the fuck did you see? I saw 30 strikeouts. What did you see? I don't understand that comment. It's comments like that where he's going to get his ass fired this year, and I think so. And again, Rizzo. Look, I love you, Rizzo, but I mean, if it's the concussion, okay, that'll explain it. But him and Stanton, fucking Stanton. I hate Giancarlo Stanton with such a passion.
I know you do.
He is such a waste of space. I know last 2 games he hit 2 home runs and he drove in a bunch of runs. But this is what he does. This is what he does. He makes everyone all happy.
Super streaky.
He'll hit a 500-foot home run. Oh, Stanton. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors. He hit a 500-foot home run, struck out 7 times after that.
Well, yeah, remember his first game as a Yankee? That was foreboding there. Wasn't it 0 for 5, like 5 strikeouts?
Fucking ridiculous. The people
defend
that guy.
Hey, Tim, it was really far off.
Yeah, it was real fun. You know what? It only counted as 1. 7 strikeouts, though, after that. The guys on base. Come on. No, they need. First of all, Domingo Germán, I don't know, he pitched a perfect game this year, but I don't like him. Never did. He can go. I play the show. He goes. Luis Castillo's gone. They're not going to re-sign him. He's not worth it. He can't stay healthy. Their pitching staff is going to be completely different next year. So I'm not shocked they didn't go out and get a Soto or a Bellinger or whoever the hell these rumors were, because the New York media was Yankees are getting this guy. They're going to be back.
No, the Cubs decided that the Cubs have made a run, a weird run that none of us saw coming. But the Cubs are in a position to make a run, and they kept everybody, and they added. Look at Bellinger. First of all, how much did Bellinger sign for? What a cheap
compared to what the people are paying now. It's nothing. That'd be a nothing deal. He
signed a 1-year, $17.5 million contract. It's going to be a $12 million plus incentives and whatever. But look at the production they're getting out of him. Like he's kind of returned to form, and the Dodgers are struggling to score runs. So I'm sure that they're like, oh man.
By the way, I gotta bring up something funny. I'm playing the show. Now, I'm not saying I play the show and I can predict the future, but there have been a lot of moves that I've made in that game that have come true afterwards. But this isn't me, though. I guess who I was using? I was using the Marlins. And what I like to do is, I know I'm a wacko. I'll skip April and May and make them horrible. So I'm like 30 games out of first, and then I try to win.
Okay.
And I did it with the Marlins. I was like 26 games out behind the Mets in, I don't know, end of May. And I actually came back and I won. So I said, let me fast forward through the offseason to see what anything could happen. The Yankees paid Shohei Ohtani $385 million for 11 years. And I'm staring at the screen going, it's going to happen. It's going to happen now. I predict it with the show all the time. $385 million for 11 years. And then you know what? I'm like, it could happen.
It could.
I don't even think that's enough money for that guy.
No,
but it's still, it could still happen. Fuck,
that is not enough money.
I was like, you son of a bitch in show game.
Well, I think it was Keith Hernandez that was talking about, and they were talking about Ohtani and what he would be, for out on the market. And he's like, well, shoot. I mean, eventually these guys, the hitter that he is, that's 45-50 million. The pitcher that he is, that's 45-50 million. So you get pay this guy $100 million a year. He was like, more power to whoever does it, but
385 for 11. I was like, that's not enough. But I mean, it looked cool.
But I'll take it.
It looked cool on the screen. I was Yankee side. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And by the way, that league, that was the league I did the that trade with the Mets. Ohtani was actually a Met when the Yankees took him.
Look at this.
I put Renfroe, Ohtani, and who was the other guy they said in that trade? Renfroe, Ohtani, and Rendon were all Mets. I made that trade. Wait. I was like, I'm going to make that trade to see what happens.
So not only did they sign Ohtani, they signed him away from the Mets.
They signed him away from the Mets.
Oh, it's hurtful.
Do you know why? Because I came back from 30 games down to win the fucking division. Yeah. That's why.
You're like, screw this.
You're like, screw
what
this
a collapse.
So, yeah, it was pretty funny, actually.
Raul's projecting 675 to 700 million as a free agent.
I might quit
It's
sports.
gonna
I
be
might quit watching
crazy.
baseball if that happens. That's just not
It's gonna be
fair.
crazy. Yeah.
Maybe it'll be in yen. That's just not fair for a human being to make that much money for fucking whipping a ball around the field for 3 hours.
Ah, man. We're in the wrong business.
Yeah, where my parents go wrong? Should have pushed me when I was a kid. Push me, push me, push me.
All right. So what was the last thing? Oh, we already talked about the Angels. And then the last thing that they put in here, loser, is ERA. Contending teams traded for some of these guys. Shintaro Fujinami, A's to the Orioles, 8.57 ERA. Noah Syndergaard, Dodgers to the Guardians, 7.16 ERA. Lance, what the hell happened to Noah, man? Can't even call him Thor anymore. What the hell?
No.
Lance Lynn, White Sox to Dodgers, 6.47 ERA. Scott Barlow, Royals to Padres, 5.35 ERA. Jorge Lopez, Twins to Marlins, 5.09 ERA, and the list just goes on and on. It actually goes all the way down to Max Scherzer, Mets to Rangers, 4.01 ERA.
Hey, maybe they're thinking, that whole new team, new life kind of thing. I don't know.
New change of scenery.
Change of scenery. Sometimes it works. Sometimes, especially out of New York. Look, we've seen that happen as New York sports fans. We've seen it happen a million times. You suck, you leave, and all of a sudden you're a goddamn superstar. So we'll see.
I'm gonna call him short of a superstar, but we're talking about guys like you, Evan Ingram.
Yeah. Oh, he had one good year though. We'll see how he does this year. Then I'll qualify.
This will be yeah. All right, let's get into a little bit of basketball here.
Mellow.
Damian Lillard. We've heard for months now that he wants to go. It's the worst kept secret in sports that he wants to go to the Miami Heat, right? And so recently there's been all this talk with the commissioner and the owners and all this. So now out comes the NBA to say, look, basically no other team should even make an attempt at this point unless you're trying to get other teams involved. But it feels as though that the Blazers are like, well, we don't really have to trade him. And you know what? Dame's gonna wind up with a bad reputation here, but he played through some really horrible years there, and didn't complain about anything. But the fact is now he wants out. He wants to come to the Heat. Only wants to come to the Heat. The Heat are making offers, and it's just like no, the Blazers are playing hard to get. So, and I already know your answer to this, but do you like this whole thing where they say, look, this is what it is. Stop dicking around, and just settle down.
Yeah, I do actually, because the NBA has gotten so bad with the I want to go here, I want to go there, I'm only playing here, I'm only playing there. Yeah, Anthony, exactly.
And it's Damian Lillard that they do it to.
Yeah. It's true. Of all people, they picked him out of it because he wants to go to the Heat. That's why our Heat fans are all pissed off now. Oh, now you're going to enforce these rules because he wants to go to the Heat. No, but yeah, I'm so tired of hearing. Harden wants to go here. Harden doesn't want to play here anymore. This guy wants to go there. This guy only played for this team. Dude, you signed a contract. You have a contract. Play who the fuck you're supposed to play for. Now, if the Blazers really wanted to get rid of you, dude, you'd be gone already. I admire them for saying no. You're going to play this year under your contract, or you sit at home on the bench. You start getting fined for not showing up or whatever. Good. Someone has to take a stand, and say, you big babies got to knock this shit off, man. You don't run this league. I understand you guys are the players. You make the money. You attract the fans, but dude, really, enough with the crybaby bullshit. Every year it's a new guy. I don't want to play here. I want to move here. I want to, Kyrie Irving. I want to go here. I want to go there. That's ridiculous.
That's anarchy, anarchy.
Everybody played a fantasy draft, redraft the league every year. Yeah, all right. How many guys you're going to see retire or go play in Europe?
So so this is the package that the Athletic Shams Sharania reported this week that the Heat have a package in place with the following assets: between 3 and 4 first-round picks, pick swaps later on in the draft and year over year, potential second-round picks, Tyler Hero, maybe to a third team. Like I said, they're going to have to involve other teams. 1 to 2 young players, and then they list out a couple of young players, and then expiring contracts, and they list them there. The source is saying that the Blazers want 4 first-round picks and 2 young players, and so I don't know if there's some spite being played. Part of that's in here.
Oh, absolutely.
But in the NBA, it's typical. The NBA, besides a few cases, it's I demand to be traded, and then like 2 weeks later, breaking news: this guy's traded. It happens. This is just like going on a month now.
Maybe it's not the Blazers. Maybe it's, like you said, it's probably the league saying, "Look, enough." Mm-hmm. Every time you guys trade these guys when they demand it, it hurts. It hurts the league. It hurts the owners. It hurts everything. Maybe the league's like, no, if you try to do this deal, we're gonna fucking put the kibosh on it. Because I don't know, 4 first-round picks and two young players. I like that deal. I would make that deal for a guy who doesn't want to be there. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you can get rid of all your disgruntled players for fucking 4 first-round draft picks, goodbye. Let's start over again.
Ant says the fact that they've lied to this guy for years, saying that they wanted to build around him, but have been rebuilding the entire time. Yeah.
Oh, I agree with that too.
All right, it's a KD deal, though. Yeah. I mean, you're 1,000% right, and that's a nice little segue here, Timmy. KD, Mr. Glass, Mr. Not Plays, signed a 3-year, $186 million extension today.
Did that come with all the icy hot and all the all the bandages, all the wraps he needs?
Oh my God,
that's a sick amount of money for a guy who can't play 50 games. That's a sick amount of money.
Every time the guy jumps up for a rebound, the fans hold their breath that he doesn't come down awkwardly.
Wow, that's absolutely insane.
That maybe that's something that StreamYard needs to get fixed here. They called me Mr. Glass. Okay, pump the brakes. All right. So, I know how you feel about it. It's nuts to me to pay somebody who's not played as often as he has that amount of money. I don't. Can I take off 20% of the year and get a huge amount?
Please, I get a letter from the union if I go 1 day over my sick day limit. I get a letter. Let's not do that again.
And that's how you imagine them typing with the eyebrow raised.
Yeah, this guy went over 1 sick day. God forbid. No, we all know the secret. Right. We all know the secret.
And I was being nice.
Yeah. No, it's true. I don't know. I'm going to work tomorrow. Say, listen, I'm not going to come to work anymore on back-to-back days, but you have to give me a raise.
Work every other day.
Yeah, I'm going to work every other day. Maybe, maybe. and I want a raise. Let's see what happens.
All right. I think we got somebody else ready here to join in. So now we're going to be 75% complete. Mello, what's up?
Nothing much, fellas. How are you guys doing?
What's happening? How's life?
Yeah. Good. Actually, not feeling like, well, for the most part, not feeling terrible today.
All right. So we covered baseball and the trade deadline. We're into some basketball stuff. We just talked about Dame, but very important that we get your opinion on this because this whole now month-long saga drama continues to extend here. I was telling Timmy right before you joined. So, oftentimes in the NBA, it's I want to be traded, and then it's like a week or two later, you see breaking news. This guy's going here, and this guy's going there. How is the Heat fan that wants Damian Lillard feeling right now?
Feeling that Portland is essentially holding him hostage and looking. Essentially, this is coming from group chats that I'm in. They're saying that Portland's owners are looking really bad and how they're a shit franchise, and how they're not making their 1 star happy. What was the other thing that was said? Essentially, that no one's ever gonna want to play for Portland again because they're treating Dame this way. And me, as a logical Heat fan, I was like, why? They're not. I'm logical. I was telling him, I was like, no one says that about the Heat after what they did to Dwayne Wade. They were able to recover from that. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. They're not going to give him up for peanuts. You know, they need something back to be able to start up again. So I don't blame them. And I know you just mentioned that once a player says they want to get traded, normally in a couple of weeks they get traded. But we can look at how that's a little bit changed. Like, look what happened to Kevin Durant last year. He came out before the season. He wanted to get traded. He wanted to get traded. And it wasn't until like mid-season where he actually ended up getting traded. So I feel like this will take a little bit of time. I had people in the chat saying that Lillard would not show up to camp like he's Saquon Barkley or Josh Jacobs, and I was like, he's not that type of player. No, they were saying that he wouldn't because he's not being traded because him and his agent are still constantly going out there saying he only wants to go to Miami. Hey, don't trade for him because he's not going to be happy. And it's like Damian Lillard's not that type of person. At least he has never come off like that type of person. So I expect him to go to camp and play until they trade him, essentially.
Yeah. This just feels like, Portland is this like so-so guy and that's got really pretty girlfriend. And then the more handsome, suave guy from Miami is like, hey, babe, why don't you come over here? And he doesn't want to let her go. But you're right. And Ant mentioned this before in the comments, saying, out of the million other different scenarios, different players, this is the one the NBA is like, nah, chill, just hold up. And I guess that's what the Heat fan that wants him is complaining about. So.
Well, it's sort of like what happened a couple years now with Chris Paul when they were going to make the trade to the Lakers. And Stern stepped in and was like, no, we're denying the trade. I'm like, what? We denying the trade?
That was so weird. It's like the commissioner in fantasy saying, nope.
Yeah, exactly. No, we can't do that.
No, but how about one day a player without his agent walks into the owner's office and says, sir, may I speak with you kindly? And says, I am not happy here. I would prefer to move on to another team. Not demand a trade to the team that I feel like I want to go to. Maybe the owners will be like, all right, because that's how I play. You don't want to be here, you're gone. I will say, but I'm not going to throw you away for nothing. And I'm not going to send you to where you want to go because it's convenient for you. I'm going to send you to where I'm getting the most back in return. Deal?
Right.
No? Then go fucking shut up and play the game that I'm paying you for. I think it's a little different. Not when your agent calls, and demands something. Because that's if I'm an owner or a GM and I get that agent phone call, fucking Scott Boras calling me at 2 a.m. my guy demands a trade. Fuck you, Scott Boras. Hang up the phone. So maybe I think it'd be better if these players did it themselves or want to listen. I'm not happy here. I want to go somewhere else. These are the teams I would like to go to if it's possible. Can you please, maybe we could work something out. Don't demand, don't threaten, don't do this, and things would be a lot. I'm sure Portland wants 4 first-round draft picks and 2 young players. Who wouldn't?
I think that was the thing with me. Like, I understand, okay, you want to go, your agent says it, but like the allegations of him calling other teams and being like, hey, you better not be trading for Dame because he doesn't want to go to you guys. He's not going to he's going to be unhappy. Like, who the hell cares?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, okay, I'm going to try even harder not to get this guy. I think I said it in one of the other shows. He's not going to be upset if he goes to the Celtics, if he goes to the Lakers, like, teams that are competing. He's not going to be upset about that. If he ends up
like a prime time team, the Knicks, like you said, one of these top NBA teams, is he really going to? Oh, I'm not going to play hard. I want to be in Miami. No, asshole. You're gonna play the way you're gonna play.
But I think you're right. I think that this is a mixture. I think Dame, maybe his agent too. I don't mind that, but they should have gone to the general manager and say, listen, we're not happy here. We want out, but then not go out and leak that it's only the Miami Heat, because you're screwing the franchise to get the best deal possible. So, why should the Heat up their offer when they're bidding against nobody?
Yeah.
So I think
and
maybe that's what we do.
If you're Portland, how annoyed are you that this guy's going around calling teams saying, "Don't try to trade for him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to do it because he ain't going there. He ain't go. You can only deal with only Portland and Miami can make a deal right now. Everyone else shut up. If I'm the owner of Portland too, I'm going to be a little bit of a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Dick.
I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go hear out whatever other teams want to hear, like, get for Dame. And at the end of the day, you want to get the best thing possible for your team. It's a business.
I would say be ready to play every game up until the trade deadline this year, because I ain't trading you a day before that. You don't play, I sue you. I take all your money. That's it.
All of it.
What is it? Eventually he ends up making, I think, in like $60 million, like in 3 years, in one contract, like 1 year. I'm like,
1 year.
I don't want that contract here.
Raul says, I know that NCAA football doesn't get the attention, but is crazy again with these teams jumping conferences. I've seen the headlines of teams jumping around. Yeah.
I don't.
Big Teners.
Yeah, that's hard to make. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Isn't there one that isn't like the Big 12 not 12 anymore?
It's not 12 anymore.
Yeah.
It's a weird. It's so awkward.
Like the big 85, the Big 85 or something like that. It's crazy now.
All right. So, and then what do you think about that? The extension that Anthony Davis signed? What was it? 3 years, 186, I think it was.
The highest extension ever, right? Like, I don't know. I mean,
for the guy who always gives us all.
They have to do something, I guess, to keep, I don't know, LeBron happy. Who knows?
But do you think behind closed doors? I know LeBron and AD are close or whatever. Maybe not. But do you think behind closed doors, LeBron's got to be saying, you got to play. I'm 38, about to be 39, and he carries the team often, still, and that shouldn't be the plan for LeBron at this age.
No, it should be that Anthony Davis takes the role of being, the star. Yeah. But it's, can he stay healthy? Can he play? Let's not even say 82.
How old is he? Anthony Davis?
He is a whopping 30 years old.
30. Oh, he's only 30. I don't want him thinking he's a lot older than that.
And he's letting the old man carry the team.
All right.
I think if you get him missing at least 10 games, that's a win. It shouldn't be, but I'd say it's a win.
10 a year?
Like, yeah, if he misses 10 games a year and he plays the entire playoffs, no injuries, that's a win.
That's a big ask.
But, yeah. How many times has he done that? The one time they won the finals was COVID, and it was a shortened season in the bubble. He didn't have to travel. He just had to wake up from his luxury hotel and
had a 70-day break in between.
Yeah, so we're not getting another one of those anytime soon.
No.
Well, I thought you wanted it. I thought you wanted the subways clear again.
That's true. That is true. I wouldn't mind that part of it.
Oh God! All right. The clear shot. I'll never forget you sent that the picture of you just. I don't remember what street you were on, but just looking up one of the avenues, and
I was in the middle of 11th Avenue, West End Avenue.
11th Avenue.
Not one car.
Like a ghost town. Scary.
I said it looked like fucking Keanu Reeves when he was going to see Al Pacino in Devil's Advocate. Yes. Nobody out there.
What a great movie.
And then as it went on, look, there's 3 cars. Fuck, it's over. 5 cars, 6 cars. Like, it's over.
A person's walking. No.
People. Goddamn people.
People. All right, so let's get into some football here. Before we get into our top 5 Super Bowl contenders. Got to talk real quick. I feel like no matter what's gonna go on, we're gonna talk Jets every week. It feels like, but the whole thing. Not relax, Mello. It's like, why wouldn't we talk about the Jets every week?
Best quarterback in New York.
Stop it. So, you got the old coach playing with the Jets. New coach goes in with Denver. New coach in Denver talks shit about old coach now with the Jets, and which is like Aaron Rodgers' BFF. So now BFF has to step in and say, kind of like chill out to what's his name. What do you guys make about that whole situation, Timmy?
You can't. I mean, the worst coaching job ever. You can't deny it. Look how bad they were. They were horrible. They were just terrible. Now, again, was it completely Russell Wilson's fault? As much as I dislike him, I'm going to say no. I think he's going to have a bounce back year this year. But yeah, they were pretty goddamn bad last year. So, I mean, I would just take my medicine and say, all right, yeah, we sucked last year. This year it's going to be a different story. But you know how Aaron Rodgers is. Aaron Rodgers can't keep his fucking mouth shut. You got the Hard Knocks cameras going on. You got the Hall of Fame game going on. There's no way that they're keeping that in the low. The Jets are the perfect team for Hard Knocks this year. They could have been no other team. And I am so excited to watch the first episode next week. So,
and they got some shots from the Hall of Fame, right?
Of course.
Mello, what you think about this and your favorite New York quarterback?
I mean, you mean the best New York quarterback? No, I mean,
not in training camp so far. Danny Dollars is dropping dollars.
Dollars, baby.
Dollars.
Really? That's because what his biggest highlight is throwing an interception to the rookie. That
no.
That
interception was pretty damn insane. That was a damn good interception.
Have you not seen what he's done with Waller and Hyatt?
Hyatt
is on fire.
Did you see that he recorded a faster speed than the Cheetah a few years back? 24 miles. That doesn't even compute in my mind that you can run 24 miles. I could drive a car next to you for 24 miles an hour, and you can keep up with me.
That's insane. It is insane.
But no, I agree. Like Sean Payton wasn't. It was a low blow for him. I don't know what was the reasoning for it, because it's not like he's going up against him. He's not in the same division as this man anymore.
Well, did you hear what he said? He said he had his NFL on Fox hat on, or like he was speaking as a commentator, is what he was saying.
But he's not anymore.
Which he's not anymore.
Well, someone probably said, "Hey, what's the difference between this year's team and last year's team?" He's probably like, "Me, asshole. Did you see that coaching job last year? They sucked." That's what he's probably really saying.
We don't need him to grow the Gruden route now. All right, he needs to calm down a little bit. So I don't have a problem with the responses going back and forth. Just leave it in the past. The Jets are gonna go to the Super Bowl. I mean, the Jets are gonna win the division. So
they're scary. If Dalvin Cook signs, they're gonna be scary. They are.
I don't know. I mean, what is this? This guy didn't look too bad yesterday. 3 for 5, 65 yards. A nice little backup there. He might be giving Aaron Rodgers some hell in training camp.
I heard this, and I just wanted to double check here. Week 5 in the NFL is the very first week that games can be flexed. They can start in week 5, right? Week 5 at 4:20, currently scheduled at 4:25. The New York Jets at the Denver Broncos. And you're not going to tell me that's getting flexed.
It's getting flexed at 8:00.
Because the current wait, there's 2?
So any game could get flexed? I thought it was just a Thursday.
No.
Well, they're flexing anything they want now.
Oh,
good luck if you have tickets. Listen, if you have tickets in your hand, it's like another gambling game. You gotta sit there and wait. Are they gonna flex? What if you get your game is switched to 1:00 and you wake up at 12, not thinking you have a 4:00 game? You gotta get your ass dressed out to that stadium.
That's what I'm thinking. Like for you guys, you have your family that drives up to Buffalo. What it's like, okay, games at 4. No, games at 1 now.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait,
you don't have that time.
no, but there's a window that they have to
They
do
have to
it
do it?
by to allow fans to make whatever
Oh
plans
man,
that
that's-
they need. But still, you're shit
but
can
we have
get
the Denver
screwed up.
Broncos to thank for this, because of all their
Oh my god!
crappy primetime games last year that had us cringing at, what was it, like 13-8 scores?
Or every Thursday game for that matter.
Mhm.
Every Thursday
Yeah.
game.
NFL flexing Monday night games. So that Monday night game potentially, well, it is as of right now. It's the Packers and the Raiders. Easily replaceable game for drama.
Yeah, very
Easily.
replaceable.
There's nothing there.
So they would have
It's not
flexed what,
like-
a Sunday to Monday?
They can do that.
Oh, that's such a travesty to the
But
fans.
wait, no. It's I'm gonna look it up.
Because if it's Sunday to Monday or even Thursday, like, what if you already had those plans? Like, yeah, Monday Night Football. Can't wait to go watch Oakland and the Packers. And then, no, you got a 1:00 game now, son. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, the Thursday night game. It's a 28-day notice. And the other ones are 12-day notice.
It's weird.
Man.
So I mean, again, off the top of my head, let's say it's Giants Eagles for the division at 1. Then and it's only like a week before. Then they can't flex it till an 8:00 game. They'll fucking flex it.
Well, I
think that the last week 17, none of the times are set yet, right? It was still
Right.
TBD. So if anything's going to be the last week, like, those are still up in the air.
That's crazy though.
NFL trying to add that drama.
Imagine you're like, yeah, man, I got tickets. It's
12
gonna be a
days.
cool, crisp 50 degrees. I got my hoodie. Nope, you're flexible tomorrow where it's fucking thunderstorms, rain, and 30 degrees.
that might be the worst. The
That's
weather
something
change.
something else to think about. I didn't think about that, the weather.
But it says, all right, so for Sunday night football weeks 5 through 13 and Monday night football weeks 12 through 17, the NFL will decide after consulting with the big network CBS, Fox, NBC, and ESPN, and announce no later than 12 days in advance of which games will be played on Sunday and which might get moved to Monday. So and then at the bottom it says in big bold letters, fans and ticket holders must be aware that NFL games and the flex scheduling windows are subject to change. Generally is 12 days in advance and at least 6 days in advance for Sundays in weeks 14 through 17, and should plan accordingly. Plan accordingly.
Oh, man.
The NFL. All right.
So, hey, boss, I need to get off early today on Monday. Why? Oh, because they flexed my game.
Yes,
I gotta
flex
go.
my game.
Good luck with that. Raul says Eagles Giants Christmas Day, 4:30. All right, so that he says that's not a flexing.
Well, they'll never flex a Christmas Day game anyway.
Yeah.
Christmas Day is Christmas Day. It's
should
a holiday.
flex.
It's like they'll never change that.
Should flex those Thanksgiving games.
We know how anti-Detroit and callous you are. Who sold out their season tickets already this year, baby?
Sold out
For
the first time in the history of that stadium.
For a 7-10 record?
Detroit's going to shock you.
She's gonna shock the world.
Jared Goff is coming back down to earth, calling it now.
Giants
Episode
Lions in the
68.
NFC Championship.
Leave the Lions alone, says Raul. Do it now. All right. Staying in football. We'll stay in football for the remainder of the show here.
Wait, I want to ask Dave real quick because you missed the show last week. Because it's been on my mind. I know. Dave, name your in order your favorite NFL theme songs. I got to know your. We had so much fun with the theme songs last week.
Oh yeah, we did.
Like
at the end. No. Like
wait.
The Fox.
Music's still there.
Oh, it's still
I
there.
think I saw the music.
Here we
Is
go.
it? Yeah.
Crank them
All
up.
right. Let's.
Ready?
All right. So you're gonna rank these 4. Well, we went out doing 5, but we all ranked Red Zone last, I think. All right. So Fox. This is your Fox. Okay.
This isn't like our quarterback thing where we're just putting it before.
No. Just
Okay.
you're gonna straight up rank it. Rank them. All right. Next
So
up.
we all had Fox at number 1, didn't we? The
Yeah.
three of us?
Yep. Nope.
Oh, we didn't?
And had ESPN.
Oh, yeah, had Monday Night
Instant
Football.
goosebumps and
CBS. This one's got to roll a little bit.
Joe Brown. I think it's here live from Orchard Park in Buffalo. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins.
Tony Romo. Tony Romo up here.
No!
All right. Next is the NFL on NBC. Intrigue. Last that we rank, yeah, football.
Oh! Live from the Meadowlands. Giants, Cowboys, Monday Night Football.
damn,
That was
that's tough.
And then we
we all had
Ant
goosebumps.
mentioned-
We were all crying last week. we were all ready to fucking run through a wall last week.
tough. And then the red zone one we played, but it's more of a feel, the red zone, because you're sitting down and they're saying 7 hours of commercial
red
free
zone?
football. So
we're talking
this is we
that
talked
red
about this
zone,
also.
or
That's
See, I didn't
Tim's
know
red
that.
zone.
I didn't know there was 2 red zones. I only had a Siciliano red zone.
Tim's
I
like,
didn't know there was 2.
what is this other red zone you?
Yeah. What is this other red zone?
And then we try to sell him on it, and you said, does your guy do the touchdown montage at the end of the night where they show
So
every touchdown? And he said no, and I felt for him.
Scott Hansen, baby.
Scott Hansen, 7 hours of commercial-free football starts now.
That man doesn't take a pee for 7 hours. If it goes to OT,
This sounds like a wrestler entrance. Of parts unknown. Weighing in at 300 pounds.
yeah, it's. I agree with you guys. It's more of a feel thing. I wouldn't put it above the OG 4 that you guys gave me.
Yes,
But
I
it
agree.
definitely, I like Red Zone a lot, man. When Red Zone came out, man, I never had the DirecTV one. I just know that the gentleman with the rather large ears is the host. Since I have Xfinity, so I always had Scott Hansen, and that to me was revolutionary, especially for someone who
was a savage. He was a savage. That's what made him great. He'd make fun of the player right in the field. He was a smart ass. That's what made me like him.
that should be a poll you put on before I guess week 1. What's the better Red Zone?
Oh,
Well, I've never
Put that on
seen
the
the other
site.
one, so I can't judge.
All you got to see is one touchdown montage at the end. That what is the Octobox?
Octobox.
Change your life.
And just like he's rapid fire too. Up at the top left, touchdown. Bottom right, they stop him at the goal line. Oh my God, the game's over. Top right.
Siciliano's more cool,
Drop
more
ball.
chill. He's more smooth. So I can
Okay.
I see the difference.
All right.
Siciliano's thing was, I will never show you a kick. I will never show you an extra. That's his thing. His thing was,
Really?
unless it's like to win the game or it's really important, we will never watch an extra point. And he'll go to like the next game. Then if they miss it, let's go back because idiot missed it. Like you say, the idiot kicker missed an extra point. Let's go see it.
That's awesome.
That's why he was a savage. Okay,
if they go to a break in the game that they're showing, he'll be like, "Oh, no, not going to try and sneak that commercial in there.
Yeah.
Move it along."
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
Okay, so
Let's hear
this was a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
At 4, I have CBS. I never
Me too.
was a.
You're with me.
4 and 4 I guess I'll justify my answer. I'm obviously, for anyone new watching Unsportsmanlike Conduct, I am a Giants fan, even though Anthony thinks it's very surprising why I am a Giants fan. But yeah, to me, like any time that the Giants would be playing like at 1, sometimes it wouldn't be showing it. It'd be a bunch of infomercials, and I'd have to tune into CBS and watch the damn Dolphins. And that was the theme song that I was frustrated with. So I'm like, I want to watch the Giants play the Minnesota Vikings. And yeah, I couldn't.
Because you want to see Kirk Cousins, of course.
He was not the quarterback then. It was what's this guy's name?
The criminal, the guy who steals from cancer kids.
No, not that guy. The one. Oh my God! What's this guy? He was a. I wish Anthony was here.
Where I like how far. What year are we talking about?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because you know me with names.
Yeah. Are you talking about pre-Favre?
Was it pre-Favre?
Don Majkowski? He was pre-Favre.
Oh my God.
No. It's a white guy. I know that doesn't narrow it down.
The white guy. The white quarterback. The white quarterback. The one white quarterback.
The white quarterback in the 80s.
Oh man, it's gonna kill me. Anthony, I know you're watching. Just look up Minnesota Vikings quarterbacks from the 2000s, and I'm pretty sure you'll say it.
Oh, what the fuck? I can't even. Dante Culpepper?
No, he is not white.
Oh, you said white. I thought that was before you met the white guy. Oh no.
No, Culpepper. Yeah, I saw him, but no, it's another guy. I just can't get his name right now in my head. But anyways, number 3, I got ESPN. I was battling with NFL and ESPN here. And then number 2, I have NFL. Just because ESPN, Monday Night Football is fun, but the most memorable thing for me for Monday Night Football is NBC, Christian Ponder. That's who it was.
All right, nobody should remember Anthony. Christian Ponder anyway, but thanks, Anthony.
No, it was Christian Ponder.
Oh, wait. Okay.
In my head.
He's asking. Okay.
So, yeah, ESPN, I think Monday Night Football, the thing that I remember most about it is, are you ready for some football? Like, and the Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. That was like the thing that I remember the most from it, more than this one. So NFL at 2, and then number 1, Fox. As you said, I'm a Giants fan, so watching, Howie, Terry Bradshaw, all these guys there, and then when they would add, who was it? The comedian guy before that would do their impressions?
Frank Caliendo.
Frank Caliendo, like watching him, like growing up, that to me was the best.
He did his Madden. Madden was the best.
Boom. Well, he does TikTok lives and he teaches. He tries to teach people how to do the impressions. Do this with your face and scrunch this up and.
They repeat the same phrase over again 17,000 times, and you'll get like, I don't got that kind of time, Frank. I don't got that kind of time.
All right, so Dave, you and I had the exact same list.
Great minds think alike. It's funny because
it feels like it's just this.
Hearing these, I started thinking of like the NBA one. I think about it because of the SNL skit.
We played those last week. We played it last week too.
The SNL skit like basketball. Love it.
We played that. We played the This Week in Baseball theme, and we played the WPIX Yankee theme.
Mm-hmm.
That's old.
You could tell by the videos that we pulled up. All right, and then Timmy had NBC at 4, CBS at 3, ESPN at 2, and Fox at 1. And then Ant had Ant's the only one who had ESPN at 1. ESPN 1, Fox 2, CBS 3, and NBC 4.
Damn.
Yeah, Raul. And it was always Marv Albert. Welcome into the NBA on NBC.
Well, I said I told the story all the time.
Michael
the best
Jordan
thing was
is here.
waking up on a Saturday morning, and they used to start early, the 12 o'clock games. And I used to just get up and turn the TV on, like not even looking at it, just turn it on. Yes, I had to do this because I didn't have a remote back in the day. Just turn it, and then I would hear da 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 Knicks, Bulls coming up next. It's like, oh yes, you just roll over with your pillow like Knicks fucking Bulls are on. I'm gonna watch the Bulls beat the shit out of each other for 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
What fun losing to the Bulls every year. I was going to say one other thing for this, but I don't have it anymore in my brain, so let's move on to our top 5 Super Bowl contenders for this year. I should have pulled the clip for it. We should have played like the Roman Reigns thing, but that's fine. Go watch the Roman Reigns thing after you're done watching here. But Roman Reigns was on. It was so weird, by the way, that like when Heyman said screw him, he's dead, just the look like did they prepare Molly for
Probably not
for that? Like
they probably didn't think he was going to be in character.
Molly is never prepared for anything. Come on now.
She looks good, but she was not
unless
prepared.
She was very excited about the Giants, very excited about Barkley.
That doesn't tell me anything. Molly's.
Well, anyway.
I have the Roman Reigns thing if you want.
Listen, I follow her on Instagram. I follow her on Instagram, not for her thoughts on sports. Let's just keep it that way.
Yeah. I mean, she just asks the questions. That's it. Yeah, but she'll chime in on the Giants, though.
She chimes in a lot more than she needs to. How about that one? No offense, Molly, but some of your takes are just ridiculously out there.
He's on now, the tribal chief.
All right, so you want me to play it?
Yeah. So this is Roman Reigns appearing on First Take.
He should have been on my build. I would have got him.
Look at Paul Heyman. Just look at Molly. Just like, what the hell's going on here?
Keep in mind, remember, the list is fluid. But guess what? It's not just fluid in terms of the selection.
So annoying when he says that.
It's fluid in terms of who's going to be presenting it, because I am going to step back and defer to the man himself. I'm going to hand my A-list to you this particular day, sir. The floor is yours.
As Stephen A. said, this list is fluid. So this is how I'm feeling this week. Let's start at number 5. We got the Bills. I think it goes out, without saying the quarterback play. They have the culture, and then they have the momentum of DeMar Hamlin coming back.
Okay.
So I think there's a lot of positivity there, and I think that's going to be something to boost them.
Okay.
And they're no stranger to deep in the playoffs. Let's go number 4.
Top 5 Super Bowl contenders. Let's just introduce the list, everybody. Top 5 Super Bowl contenders.
Why does he have to step in and say
He's
this?
got number 4. Go ahead.
Like he's on 4 already.
These are another team that's just used to being there. So I expect them to get back there. They got great quarterback play. I believe they vamped up the offensive line a little bit to help him out. We got to get them back on the field. And if their defense can continue to do what they're doing, they'll be back there again.
Okay.
Number 3, we are going with who do we have? Number 3,
Philadelphia Eagles.
The Eagles. That's right. The Eagles. I didn't like what they did with the 49ers last year. That's up for debate. But they're a good team. They have all aspects of the football field covered. They play defense. They do offense and special teams. So I expect to see them back as well.
Okay. Number 2 on the list. Who do you have?
Number 2, we got the Chiefs. Returning Super Bowl champions, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. You fill in everything else, and that's all you really need, and they're proven. So I like them at the 2 spot. But the number 1 spot, we already know what it is, the Niner gang, baby.
Oh, Lord.
49ers all the way. It starts with the defense. If you can stop the run, you put the offense in a long third down situation, and that's a formula for success every single time. So the defense is always there. We run the ball. We have weapons. It's really about just figuring out the quarterback position, but we have a lot of talent.
That's Anthony right there when he heard that. Rolling his eyes like, This man don't know what he's
For a
talking
while
about.
now. I think this is the year.
Swagoo, baby.
Roman Reigns.
That's swagoo.
Before I pick this list apart,
No way.
and you watch what you say, Paul Heyman. You watch what you
Paul,
say,
come on out
okay?
here.
You watch what you say. But
I'm very
before I get to
comfortable
all
right
that,
now. He's too animated.
before I get to any of that, my man Swagoo, Marcus Spears, okay, a former Dallas Cowboy, former
Swagoo's
NFL
slim it
player,
down a little.
analyst here for ESPN. He wanted to comment on your list first before I pick it. Go ahead, Swag.
It's fluid now. Remember
It's
that.
fluid.
It's fluid.
First of all,
Listen,
man,
might be
the list is
might be
fluid.
different
First of
next
all,
Listen, it's
week.
fluid.
Roman come up there with all chiseled with that hair, got a nice suit on, and he thinks Stephen A. He can come in our lair and put a list together, and it don't get just tore to pieces. Number one, Rome, you biased, okay? So
That's
your number
right.
one pick goes
that's
out the window because you're biased. You're just being a fan of the San Francisco 49ers. We don't even know if Brock Purdy really that good. He done only played 7 games in the NFL, and you want to talk about them being Super Bowl contenders. Why in the hell would you ever put the Kansas City Chiefs 2 at anything? After you have you watched the NFL the last 2 or 3 years? They ain't 2 at nothing.
He's the
Outside of
tribal chief.
losing in
He
the
should have
Super
had
Bowl,
the
that's
Chiefs
the only time they lose, wrong.
He did not
Only time
acknowledge
they
him.
lose is when they get to the Super Bowl. That's it. The other thing is this, man. Where in the hell is my Dallas Cowboys at on this list? I don't understand.
No one has your
why you would have
Cowboys.
them
I
on
thought
this
about
list.
it, but I mean,
Because
everybody was like,
they in the
Yeah.
NFC.
There's the what are
Good
you
job,
talking
Roman.
about, Marcus? The
NFC.
Eagles. What?
that's a
Y'all
passion
are
pick.
cute.
That's a
Yeah,
biased
Yeah,
It's
pick.
that
only
sounds like a
three
biased
good
pick as
teams.
well, just like his
Yeah.
Niners.
Play
You're
the
both a little-
numbers.
You're not with them anymore.
Play the numbers. It's only 3 good teams in the NFC.
Thanks for watching ESPN.
How dare
You
he?
fat dummy. He just accused the tribal chief of being a fan because he picked the 49ers. The Cowboys?
And then he
Yeah.
says, "Where's my not
Come on.
not just where's the Cowboys?" He says,
Yeah.
"Where's my Cowboys?"
Ragoose, whatever the fuck your name is.
Swagoo, baby. Big
Ragu.
swagoo. All right.
Cut down on
Chef
the
Boyardee.
moron.
Oh. By the way, Mello, real quick, what do you think about the change with ESPN basketball? Van Gundy and Mark Jackson out. How dare they? And this has nothing to do with her being a woman, but Doris Burke is boring as a commentator. And
Oh, I
Doc
agree.
Rivers is Doc Rivers, Doris Burke, and Mike Breen. There's no chemistry there.
Doc Rivers.
Yeah,
Well,
Doc
maybe
is a
Doris
really,
Burke
really
called
random
some games
pick.
with Mike Breen, but you go from that team. They said Van Gundy was too critical about the NBA, and then
for a whole good reason.
He has a right
Yeah.
to be.
and then they let Mark Jackson go because they felt that they were going to put him as like the C team, but they let Mark Jackson go because they felt that he only had chemistry with Van Gundy. With Van Gundy gone, now Mark Jackson can go too. But all right.
I mean, I could
That's
see
fair.
that being a legit reason. I think
Yes.
letting Jeff go is ridiculous. He is one of the guys I like to listen to.
He's hilarious. Do you remember when he? I know. Timmy doesn't necessarily think that this person's hot, but when Rihanna walked by the comment, did you ever see that? Rihanna walked by the commentator booth, and he's like talking about like they asked him a question. He was like, "Are you serious? You can ask me a question." Rihanna just walked by. And he's like this little tiny guy who, even when he was a big NBA coach, I remember he was still famous for driving his like '94 Honda Civic to everywhere.
I agree there with
Ant-
Anthony.
Ant says, "I hate yes." So this is kind of like Romo. It's like for us, we hated Romo as a There was no real need to hate Romo as a player. He hooked us up with
So that's because Cowboy fans had him as the greatest thing since Jesus. And it's like, dude, every year we have to listen to this shit. That's why we hated him.
shit, and more shit.
We
All right,
knew
back.
what was going to happen come
NFL.
playoff time with Romo. So I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
care.
Oh yeah,
Whenever we heard Cowboys need 30 yards to win the game, we're like, this fucking game's over. This game's done. He's gonna do something stupid to lose this game. So
same way they talk about Dak now. Exactly, Ant. All right. So Roman Reigns was Bills at 5, Bengals 4, Eagles 3, Chiefs 2, and the 49ers. The usually look on his face when Swagoo says we don't even know if Purdy's any good.
I'll agree with him there, but other than that,
Looking all chiseled up there with that hair, he says. All right, so let's you want to go around 5, and then we'll do 4, and all right.
however you want to do it, boss. However you want to do it.
Timmy, you want to start with your 5?
I got the 49ers at 5 because I do think they're a quarterback away from fucking winning a Super Bowl, but they just can't seem to get that position locked in. So I am going to say the 49ers are at 5. I have the same 5 as the tribal chief, by the way. I just have them in different order.
Different order. Okay. Dave, who you got at 5?
At number 5, I have the best quarterback in New York, the New York Jets, and Aaron Rodgers. Why'd you give me that look there?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
No, the boss. He gave me a look like.
That's how we're going to start. Ant has the 49ers at number 5. So I'm actually keeping some track here. All right. For my number 5, I have the San Francisco 49ers. And if Brock Purdy is just better than mediocre, that's if he can be a game manager, or
if he can be Jimmy Garoppolo,
if he can be a Trent Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer. All right, so that's my number 5. Timmy.
Number 4, I have the team that I figure has slipped this year and better get their shit together, or they're going to waste themselves a quarterback. I got the Bills dropping down to the 4 spot.
That's a very accurate assessment there. Mellow.
Ready for me next? Oh, I didn't hear you say it. I was like,
Oh.
I was like, is he gonna go or am I gonna go? I have myself the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Breezy. They still have a good team intact, and as long as he comes back good from that calf, I see them there top 5.
And he's gonna get paid.
He's the only guy to beat Mahomes, what, 3 times in a row?
The chief. All right. I'm piggybacking again off of Timmy. I'm going with the Bills here at 4. I just like what Timmy said. I think they're fading a little bit here, and I think that they made a mistake not grabbing or not attempting to grab an elite or very good running back. More dependable than the Singletaries have been. I know they brought the guy over from the Patriots, but I would like to have seen that solidified, and for them to compete, especially the run game. When you talk about mixing with the Bengals, and then the Chiefs' complete run game, not just the running back, but also Mahomes being threat. So got the Bills there. Ant also has the Bills there at number 4. And that was the Bengals spot for the tribal chief. Number 3. Number 3.
Number 3, I have that team from that city south of us who shares it with the Phillies, that team.
Stupid city.
The Pittsburgh Steelers? That's a bold choice there.
I'm not even going to say their fucking name. Rhymes with Schmeagol.
Schmeagol. Timmy, I think you and I are going in the same direction here. I got the Eagles at number 3 too. I just skipped you, Mel. I just want to toss that out there that we're just one and the same.
I got the 49ers here. I think you guys said it just a couple picks ago, or a pick ago, that essentially all they need is a quarterback that doesn't make mistakes, and that team can easily coast their way to the Super Bowl.
They can. Just stays healthy, well, that's what we always say about everybody. Ant has the Bengals at number 3. All right, so
Bengals.
and Roman Reigns had the Eagles at number 3 also. All right, down to the top 2. And if you make one certain pick here, Tim, I know that we're on board for the full top 5. So who's your number 2?
Number 2 is the Bengals of Cincinnati because
That's right.
he comes back from that leg, he's going to be fine. Their team is absolutely ridiculous. So I mean, I could easily flip flop number 1 and 2. We don't know who number 1's going to be. But I could easily flip flop them from week to week. So, but right now, at this time, I got the Bengals at number 2.
I'm just gonna say samesies.
Same.
Samesies at 9:06 on a Friday night. 42-year-old man just said samesies.
2023
I got
for you, right? I got at number 2 the Philadelphia Eagles. They haven't looked to slow down. Even when we thought, oh look, they lost this key piece, they just got stronger in the draft, and I think their team still looks good. Even though most teams don't look good after losing the Super Bowl, I think this might be one team that still will get to that NFC Championship game. They'll be a tough out for sure.
Hate them. And Ant agrees with you. The Eagles. All right, so we got.
No, Anthony. Melo has the Jets in there. Everything else is the same.
At Cinco.
Surprised you don't have the Bucks in there.
You don't want to know who my number 6 would have been.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention would have been
Bucks being led by
Jacksonville.
Baker. Oh, Jacksonville. That's a good one. Ant said, "Oh, I forgot how to save a spot for his favorite team." All right, so spoiler alert: me and Timmy have the same exact list. So Bengals and Chiefs, and I'm thinking that unless we go totally crazy here, off the rails here, Mello. What's your number one?
Number one is Danny Dimes' dreams to be in the Super Bowl. No, it's Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Mahomes and the Chiefs. Did you guys finish up quarterback?
Yes. Oh, I
Have a
did
chance
want
to
to talk
finish
about
up?
that. I haven't been on here for a minute.
So
yeah,
it was our chance.
yeah. I ended up. Well, I think I told you guys in the chat. Like, I ended up liking Mahomes a lot more. I do not like Kirk Cousins even more now. It's so strange that happened.
Lord, man.
I feel bad for Mariota.
My sweater. My sweatshirt.
Yeah, but how could you dislike him more? He's just a normal.
No, he's just annoying. No,
like a normal Christian. Good
You want to
guy.
know what bothered me? Is him on the field.
that's what bothers me.
Him on the field, like, you can see the coaches trying to like talk to him and like, hey man, relax. And he's like, yeah. Like, you could tell like he didn't even want to listen to this guy because he's a new coach. He kind of felt like, oh, this guy shouldn't be coach. He doesn't know what he's talking about, And then, they end up going on this crazy run. So Mello hates you. Please don't put that out there.
Hey, even
Jesus.
even Peyton Manning did that. They got a new offensive coordinator. He'd be like, "Listen, I'm going to run this team. You just sit over there and look cool."
But that's Peyton Manning. This is
with your little headphones on. You just stay there, and I'll take care of the offense.
that's Peyton Manning. We're not comparing Peyton to Captain Kirk over here.
No, not Anthony. Wait, not headline reads. You got to put hashtag Mellow hates Christian.
That's right.
I don't want that to be a trend on X right now.
X.
But did any of you guys feel like it wasn't an easy watch?
It wasn't an easy watch. It was got a little boring.
I didn't think. I feel like with some like shows, like I can watch when I'm right there. I'm like, man, I can't wait to watch the second one and the third one. I want to binge it. This one, it was like I watched one episode. I start the second one. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing the third one right now. I gotta wait.
Well, honestly, Mariota and what's his name were boring. I thought so. The Giants game, and I was all happy with the playoff game. But other than that, Mahomes is really the attraction. You want to see him and his Kermit-like voice on and off the field with his stupid wife and all that stuff.
And his lovely, powerful wife.
Oh, stop! Lovely, powerful.
I mean, so and then this season we got all three. What do we have? We got what is it? Josh Allen.
This
Pennies.
is going to be a good one this year.
Pennies.
Should be like. So who do we got? Who's the third one?
Who's the third man? Hulk Hogan?
It's Josh Allen, Nichols and
Danny Dollars, because he's just dropping dollars everywhere.
Oh, it says Joe Burrow.
okay,
Oh, yeah,
Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Yeah.
According to Peter King, he has accepted Netflix's offer to appear on the documentary.
Brittany So Danny Dimes takes over the role of Mariota. Gonna get hurt or something
Look at
midway
this.
through the
Look at-
season.
look at
It makes
this.
sense.
Look, so you just want to just hate your team.
Change his name to Negative Nelly.
All right. So here are the top 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the top, I'll do top 12 because it's a tie. Top 12 odds for to win the Super Bowl. Chargers, Dolphins, Lions, and Dolphins have the exact same odds to win the Super Bowl.
Really?
And Jacksonville, Lions, Dolphins, Chargers, all with the same odds there. Baltimore is next with purple hair Odell. You see, he dyed his hair purple. Wants to definitely be in a Raven. Cowboys and Jets have the same odds, 15-1. Bengals 10-1. Bills 9-1. San Francisco 8.5-1. The Eagles 7.5-1, and the Chiefs 6-1.
6-1. Wow. I figured they'd be like 3-2 or like something.
Well, I didn't mean 6-1. They're plus 600.
Oh,
Okay, that would make more
I
sense.
don't
I was
know
like,
why I said
what?
it like that.
that was like 6-1.
Dave, you're a degenerate. You're supposed to catch me before that.
Well, you kind of
Raul's
when you said 8.5, I was like, wait, what?
Raul's top 5: Bills at 5, Eagles 4, Bengals 3, Niners 2, Chiefs 1, and honorable mention is the Lions. He warned you, Dave.
The Lions are winning that division.
Davey Downer.
Mark my words.
All right,
Captain
look,
Kirk is winning that division. Steve's cousin still has a stranglehold on that division.
he's so annoying. He's Ned Flanders. That's what he is.
Flanders.
I was like, oh, what did you really pick out that or what did you think about coming to the game with the jacket? And so my wife picks my my outfit. I'm like, God, man, you couldn't even play it up for the
Yeah.
my wife picks it.
And
I don't pick
then
out my clothes, my wife does. It's like, what?
Yeah.
there was I don't remember who the wide receiver was, but he made a great play. Cousins is like on the sideline, and he's like, not the typical football players, screaming at him. He's like, yeah, like, way to go, man, good job, fella. Like, so all right. So that's our top 5 Super Bowl contenders. We'll get this posted, and let's get to a game, fellas.
Spin that fucking wheel. Let's go,
Game, baby. It's time to spin the wheel.
We didn't vote yet. We got to keep track of who's winning these things.
Oh, I will do that this weekend. I will get.
I think I won last week. I think I won. I think I did.
That drought is ending, Anthony.
I do have it. Jets haven't made the playoffs in 13 years.
That drought is ending.
You think so?
They signed
Well,
Dalvin Cook. I might
no
pick them to win the
spoilers.
division. They're going to win the division. I do. I think they're going to win the division, and then get knocked out in the first playoff game.
All right, let's get to the wheel. This week, we are doing tight ends. It's not the flashy running back, quarterback, wide receivers, but these guys do damage out there. Blocking, catching, speed. Some of them are number 1 wide receivers on their team.
And as Giants fans, we know that fucking position kills us every goddamn year.
Every year. It doesn't matter who it is.
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
You could throw
All right.
a 500-pound sumo at tight end on the Cowboys, and they'll fucking score 3 touchdowns against us this year.
You're right. It's not even like you can't even go against that because that's probably it.
Well, I remember from seeing his name on this list, Colt Kmet was one of those guys that I remember picking up against us randomly in fantasy last year, and he blew up And then I think he maybe had one more good week, and then after that, he was just absolute garbage.
It's like one of the most dropped guys out there.
Look, it's
But-
it's a fantasy secret. Pick up any tight end against the Giants that week, and then dump them the following week. Just rotate your tight ends whoever the Giants are playing.
You could trade, make it a trade piece because of how great they do against the Giants. 13 catches, 147 yards, 3 touchdowns, and sell high.
So 17 games, you should have 17 tight ends.
All right. So for those of you who are brand new to us watching this, we do live blind reactions. We spin the wheel and then we rank 1 through 5 based on what that next guy is. So, for example, let's say Tyler Higbee is the first guy who we get on here. We will blind rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 based on what we think could potentially happen. It is infuriating and very anxiety ridden. So without further ado, let's get into the fun. Ant's going to join us for the tight end from there, but he's not going to track. So I will track. I shall track. Let's do it. Let's spin the wheel. Boom.
Let's go, Kelsey. Knock him right out at 1 off the bat. Let's go,
Who we
Kelsey.
got?
Ooh, that's an interesting first pick.
Extremely. I picked this bastard up. He's not really a bastard, but I picked this bastard up because I lost my tight end last year, and then a week later he got hurt. So I was without a tight end. So.
He started to pick it up, though. He started to pick it up. I am gonna. I don't know if you guys know, go ahead first. But
I'm getting him at 4.
I'm going 3.
I kind of like. Shit.
There's only a couple guys
like shit.
2.
Ant's got him at 2.
Sheesh. He must think that we're not getting Mark Andrews.
We might not.
I'm gonna put
or
gonna
Kittle all in one.
I'm gonna put him at 3.
Putting him at 3. All right. So Pitt's at 3 for Timmy, for myself, number 2 for Ant, and number 4 for Dave. I don't know if Raul's still out there, but if you want, get your picks in too.
He got lost in the Maha City.
Next up,
Dalton Schultz.
No way.
okay.
Uh,
Dalton Schultz.
5.
See, I like Dalton Schultz. I think he's gonna have a good year this year.
I'm
but-
putting him at the Bundy 5.
But I'm putting him at
5.
5 too. Yeah. The 5 count, baby. Biggie.
There's let's see what Ant has. I'm going to Timmy, you said 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him at 4.
So your 5 is still open?
My 5 is open, my 1 and 2 is open. 1, 2, and 5. Ant has him at 4. Okay. We all like what's going on right now?
So
Some
far.
of us more scared than others.
Stay there. No.
4. 4.
Tree for Melo.
Conklin.
I mean, he's
Oh.
got the best quarterback in New York, so
Here
he's
we go.
it's gonna make sense at 3.
I have him at 5. I think
4
Ant's
for
going to put
me.
him at 5 too.
Yeah.
Conklin. But there's so many bad names. I mean, 6. That's why I'm scared. Like
He's like,
watch
you'd rather leave
Logan
it blank.
Thomas point up. All right, here. This is the 4th.
Logan Thomas, like 3 years ago, would have been, top 3.
Yeah, but
Oh my God!
Oh,
you
come
jinxed
on.
it. Come on!
come on, that's terrible.
Fuck, I got to put him at 2 now.
Yeah, 2
Me
for
too.
me too.
Oh
Again,
my
3 years
God.
ago, this wouldn't have been that crazy.
Yes.
It's his injuries that put him down.
Wow.
Oh,
What
come
a-
on, Kelsey. Come
Just
on.
ruined
Kelsey.
ruined everything.
There's a lot of people. We could be Kelsey, Kittle, which I would love to see Kittle at Anthony's number 1.
Yeah, but when your number 1's last, it's hard when your number 1's last. It's hard. No matter whoever name pops up, that's who you're stuck with at number 1.
Well, we
All
are
right,
missing
here it
one,
is.
right? So this is going to be our consensus
That's
number
everybody's consensus.
Oh, Jesus. Here comes
Here
TJ
it is.
Hawkinson. I'll take a TJ Hawkinson.
Oh no.
Oh God! I demand a respin.
Listen, we'll do it one more time. But Pittsburgh Steeler fans would not disagree with that. They love that man.
Those are idiots.
The Muth.
All right, so we're gonna
The
do it
Muth.
again, and
Yes.
not those guys, right? That's how we did it last time.
But yeah, if those guys come up, we'll remove it. We'll
Cool.
remove
You
them.
should have removed it here, no?
I should have, but I forgot that we did it last week, and I like that. Well, we did it last week because on the very first spin of the next one, it was somebody who we already did, so we were like, all right, screw it, we're just gonna take them out. All right, let's do it.
Game two.
Fryermuth, number 1 across the board.
My goodness.
Gerald Everett. Oh, well, this is the state of the tight end position, guys.
Yeah, but I feel like we got an very bad one. We have yet to get any really good one. I'll go
I'm going-
4 here.
I'm going 4 also.
I'm going 4.
Ant is at 3.
And 3, 4, and 4 for both of you guys. Little Everett. God, that's a bad. Oh, I forgot to hit remove. All right. My bad.
Yeah, baby.
Yes. Now, where does he go?
I'm going 2. I'm not gonna get too cocky. I'm gonna go 2.
2.
2.
Do you know who his quarterback is?
Exactly.
Oh,
The guy who doesn't throw touchdowns?
They're gonna have a phenomenal year this year.
guy who's never had weapons.
Okay.
Waller. I'm
2.
going number 2 also. Yep.
The way it's looking, just because I know we're narrowing down and we're eliminating people, I'm going 3. 1. Come on. Anthony, you sure you're not a Giants fan?
Wait, where do you have Waller? 3?
3,
Dave?
yes.
Okay. All right. Remove. Next. So what do we got? We got what a big difference in. Okonkwo, 5.
5.
5. I mean, who knows? This might be Will Levis's favorite weapon.
It's true.
That's right. Safety net. Will Levis doesn't need a safety net. That was a joke.
Okonka NWO.
Let's see what Ant's got.
And better have 5.
Yeah, it's gotta be 5. Actually, I already wrote 5 for everybody. So
He's linked to Will Levis, so we don't know.
Oh, look at
see?
Ooh.
They got that one spot push because of Will Levis. See that?
That boosted his rating.
That's right. All right. So we got 3 guys out. Timmy, you have 1 and 3 left. I have 1 and 3 left. All right. So we got the same. Dave, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Tricky situation there. And 2 and 5 for Ant. And
Anthony.
I did. Thought I didn't
All right, come on.
remove it again.
Let's get some
Big money.
We're deleting one of these guys.
All right. We'll respin because we had him last time.
Could have been probably Kelsey.
Respin.
Keep going. Okay, good. Respin.
The Denver tight end, you don't want him?
Not at 2.
Russell.
Okay, yes, I'm good there, baby.
Ooh, Hawkinson.
Here's where it's gonna get tough.
I got him at 3. I'm taking a gamble that we're gonna get Kelsey.
You are.
Kelsey or Kittle at 1.
I'm gonna put Hawkinson at 1.
Well, Anthony's list just got ruined because he has Waller over this guy. I'm gonna put him at 2.
I'm gambling. Let's do number 1.
Hawk. All right. So
I'm
Timmy's
good
number
with-
1.
Yeah.
Dave's number 1.
I'm good with an Andrews, Kittle, or Kelsey here, or even
And
Goddard wouldn't be
And
bad.
talk about extreme. Ant has number 5 open, and I'm right in the middle. I got number 3 open. Here we go.
So if it's Kelsey, Ant's got fucking Kelsey as the worst tight end.
Or
we
coming
get
after you too.
Or we get Reese.
Evan Negro, come on,
Oh,
come on,
Evan
come on.
Negro.
Yes, I love it, baby. Let's go. I'm happy
Evan
with my
Negro.
list.
I am disappointed in my list. He'd be
I'm
number
so
5.
happy with my list.
He'd be number 5 if I could switch it.
Look at
No
you happy
way.
with your really.
Hey, he's a former Giant, went out, balled in Jacksonville, got a second chance there with a legit quarterback.
I wouldn't say
It
he
just shows.
balled.
It just shows you
I wouldn't say
how
he
good
balled.
he is. All he needed was a good quarterback.
All he needed was to be cut. Embarrassed. Trevor Lawrence, the bust.
Dave,
That's,
Dave
like
the
saying- I just like saying that because Kyle's out there somewhere.
He's out there somewhere.
Out there somewhere.
Yeah,
Lost.
somewhere.
Mello, when you come to the city, we're gonna go look for Dave. When we go look for Kyle, you want to go look for Kyle?
I'm down to go look for where we run into him.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Where in the city is Kyle Larengo?
We'll get a picture of him. We'll just walk around going, "Have you seen this boy? Have you
Oh
seen
my
this boy?
god,
Have you seen this boy?"
that would be great, and that would be a perfect TikTok.
Yes.
Put that up on the PCP. Have you seen this, man? Oh my god, we should print it on a milk carton.
There's got to
Yes.
be boy. You gotta say boy because Kyle looks like he's 12. Have you seen this boy? Have you seen this boy?
Team. Okay, so Ant wants to do team offenses next week. We're down. Let's do it.
I mean,
Let's do it.
I shall
And
be here. I was thinking of the date. I was thinking of the date.
and then we could also start just jumping on like Instagram Live and doing those. The only thing is on Instagram Live we don't have a wheel, but we can have the wheel in the background. Anything else that we want to cover today?
I don't know if I know I brought this up in. Well, yes, of course, the Women's World Cup. Come on, guys.
Oh
We're in
yes,
the round of
yes. Go ahead.
16. We're in the
Yes,
round of 16,
we advanced with a strong effort and a tie.
which I mean, I don't know how much you guys watch any of this Women's World Cup thing.
There it
we
is.
go.
Yes. Let me salute the flag. Let me stand so I'm not doing anything bad
Expecting
here.
it.
this is my soccer
Disrespecting
mask. My soccer mask.
But after their tie, they were celebrating, that they advanced and all this other stuff. And they went to Carly Lloyd, who's calling all the commentary games. And she was not happy about them celebrating a tie because they could have easily lost that game and been eliminated. They lose that game and they're not in the round of 16. And she was pissed. She's like, they should not be celebrating. If I was on that team right now, none of them would be out there jumping for joy, taking pictures. No, they'd be in the locker room.
Especially a team that's won 2 straight.
Yeah, because they would be if they were to win this.
They've been
they'd
there
be
before.
Well, they would be the only team to win it 3 back-to-back times.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they
what I meant
winning
is that they're celebrating a tie, but they've done so much more in the past. So
exactly.
like,
It's not like a Colombia that's
golf clap.
never advanced. That they advanced. For the women's, they've never advanced.
Yes. Oh,
So,
look at this.
whew.
Think I'm not ready?
Ready. Look at this.
No, but this is the wings. I have wings.
It did affect them, Anthony, because if they would have lost that game, they would not have qualified. Because Netherlands ended up whooping on, I forgot what team it was, like 7-0. So had they lost that game, Portugal would have advanced over them.
Which would have really sucked. I mean, that's
That would have been a huge upset for
all
us.
the hopes. Yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah, like they didn't end up winning the group because of that, and now they're playing Sweden in the first round, which is not an easy task. Had they won, they would have been playing Russia, which would have been a little bit of. Is it Russia? I might be lying to you guys.
What? Fuck Russia.
Aren't they at war?
No, I'm lying. They were going to play South Africa, not Russia.
They're at war and playing soccer. No.
So we'll see. I mean, the women. The only thing about this is since it's in New Zealand and Australia, these games are like 5 a.m. Luckily, it's on a Sunday at 5 a.m. But on your day
It's
off,
still-
are you really gonna want to wake up at that time?
Sunday at 5 o'clock in the morning? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I barely I barely want to wake up at 9 on a Sunday to watch the London game or whatever time that comes on, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 5 a.m.
It would have to be like the World Cup, like really for me to get that early. But even then, I would just put it on as background noise and go back to bed. This way
I think for the finals they made it at like 9. It's like one of the 9 p.m. games, which is smart. But I guess for these first ones, I don't know. 5 in the morning is pretty crazy.
Back to our football, really quick. You heard that Nickelodeon's going to be doing the Super Bowl this year. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but they're doing their alternate Super Bowl
Slime Bowl
deal, Slime Bowl, and but my thing is that all right, Ant, take it easy, buddy. My thing is the game is still like late to when it finishes to cater to a lot of kids, right?
Doesn't the game normally start like at 6?
Yeah, but then so halftime starts at around 8. The halftime show is 3 hours long. The game usually ends like 10:30. But
on
still,
a Sunday,
on a Sunday where the Monday is the least efficient day in the country because we're all talking about the Super Bowl the next day. But I like their broadcast. I think it's pretty cool.
That's what I was gonna say. Would if you had to choose between one? Because I've seen a couple of those games, and I'd rather watch them on Nickelodeon sometimes, just because how silly it is.
But I don't know about the Super Bowl.
I don't care.
Well, the commercials probably won't be the same.
They should keep the announcers, but put the Nickelodeon kids. The Nickelodeon announcers they explain everything, and that drives me crazy.
You don't like Patrick Star coming on the screen and being like, "I don't think he was cooking then."
No, I don't care about that. But the actual announcers are like teenagers who are like, "Oh, a reception is when you catch the ball and take 2 feet." It's like, shut the fuck up! I know what that is. I don't care. Like slime somebody and move the fuck on. I want to hear it. For every penalty, every play, every penalty has to get an explanation to it. I don't want.
Whoever wins probably is gonna get slimed. Like the coach, instead of getting the Gatorade, you get the slime.
That would be nice. That's all CGI, so it's all Now, if it was real slime, that would be awesome.
That one, I think it would be like when they win, instead of getting the Gatorade bath, they'd get like a slime bath.
They'll never allow that.
You don't think?
They will never
Gatorade
allow
won't.
it.
Because people too. Or that could
Or
be
maybe
that could be the
both.
prop bet. That could be the prop bet. Are they gonna get slimed or a Gatorade bath?
That is very, very degenerate thinking. There, right to the prop bet of the Nickelodeon Super Bowl. Created a monster.
How many times
all right,
will Patrick Star come in and explain the game?
Over under 3.5.
No, even better if he came out like, "Wow, he knocked the shit out of him." Like, that'd even be funnier.
All right, so I think we covered everything that we're going to cover today in the world of sports. For now, I think there's something coming up that might dive into a little.
It's 9:30. We're just getting started, baby.
A little wrestling.
We're getting a little just too sweet.
Wrestling.
Tag team partners still. Me and Dave are going to come up with our top 5 suspects. Well, top 3 suspects maybe of who took out Eric and his backstage assault.
It's gotten so severe. I have to physically go to New York because that's how concerned I am.
This is. He's coming up to New York to help investigate. We might look for Kyle and we might look for Eric's assailant. Plus, we're doing our SummerSlam preview tonight for tomorrow night because tomorrow we can't do it. It's a little busy. So our SummerSlam preview. ESPN's top 30 wrestlers under 30. We're gonna go fucking beat the shit out of that list, and then we'll talk about the AEW, WWE comments, making comments back and forth with each other, which is pretty interesting. That's coming up immediately after. As soon as I can create the room, it's coming on right after this. Right after.
And your match starts now.
Exactly. That's what it's gonna be.
Davey Downer, what you got on the way out?
Well, I guess one more thing is just I don't know if something I don't know if you guys saw the video. On tomorrow as well, Jake Paul is fighting again, and he's fighting Nate Diaz. And you know how like do the face to face like commentary right before the fight. So they're talking to Jake Paul and Nate Diaz, but they're focusing on Jake right now. So Nate is just there, and he looks like he's just bugging out, and he's like looking back, and then he just goes, "I'll be right back." He stands up and he leaves. He gets in a car and he leaves this interview.
That's great.
Nice.
Just straight up leaves. Like, wild man. That is what he is. I don't feel like he should be taking any more punches anymore because the man he is the equivalent to John Moxley in MMA. You breathe heavy on this man and he starts bleeding.
We'll talk about
His
that.
skin is paper thin.
That idiot too, who left WWE because of more challenging wrestling, and meanwhile he was just in an anything goes, like throw glass at each other, street fight with two other idiots. Way to go, John.
We could
Way
talk
to
about
go.
the
Very
blood and guts
technical,
match,
though.
too.
So
They have a very technical matchup. And they're putting, maybe they put this in the sharpshooter on top of shards of glass.
idiots.
Get creative. Oh my god. All right. What do we got? We have a bunch of contests up. There's just a bunch. Heart of Stone, Jewels, Strays for Boston, contest for Strays here. Heart of Stone, which is actually a Netflix flick, but Phoenix is doing an exclusive there. Boston, we got for Strays, and Florida also has a contest up for red, white, and royal blue.
Are we getting slow on the movies now that summer's over?
Red, white, and royal blue, baby.
No, August. August is always slow.
That's just August. Well, August, whatever amount of years ago, the Guardians of the Galaxy came out in August, and we always thought dumping ground. And I've told this on this show or many other shows. I didn't even want to go see the screening for it. It was just because it was right across the street from my house that I did it, and obviously thankful. But this one, the red, white, and royal blue, is also for Atlanta. So wherever you are,
I'm looking forward to Strays though.
Strays, yes, for sure. And Strays got delayed, so there's actually people who screened this movie 2 months ago. So they've already saw it for 2 months because it got delayed right in the middle of the screening time.
Well, let me guess. If there's the people who saw it, name rhyme with Herberto,
Oh,
Ill.
Schmilberto.
I don't know if we got it back then. I can't remember what the hell I ate for dinner last night. I can remember.
By the way, spoiler alert: Gil is on my list of people who attacked Eric. I'm just saying. Just saying. You got
Spoiler alert.
Sometimes you got to look inward. Sometimes you got to look within the team for a suspect. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're all suspects. Even I'm a suspect. Even I'm a suspect. We don't know.
So, do you guys think that it's gonna the whole strike is gonna we're not gonna have movies for or not that many releases like next year because of the strike?
They have to settle it. I heard that Kevin Smith and them were talking about it. If it's not settled by the end of August, we're fucked.
Like for a while, we're gonna have nothing.
Yeah, for a while, because if they get it done in the next 2 weeks, they still have time to kind of put shit together, like for TV seasons and for movies and for that. Like he figured Deadpool's halfway done. Mm-hmm. If they come back in time, they can actually finish the movie, release it on time. If not, everything's gonna get fucked. Everything's gonna get
all these shows that got delayed because of the pandemic are now on the verge of being delayed again for this, like Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things. They're gonna be 20.
They're gonna be 40.
all wearing the clothes, all scared. Dude, you're 40. Move the fuck on. You can move out of the town now. You're an adult. Move out of the town.
Leave. Go somewhere safe.
I know.
All right, so that'll do it for us on Unsportsmanlike Conduct. We'll be back here next week with whatever the hell's going on in the world of sports with episode number 69. Until next week. Giggity. We're a very mature bunch here. All right, peace out, everybody.